It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. I introduced her as Cathy Drylie. It's Cathy Drylie Hosack, correct?
Yes.
Hey, there we go. And she's with us to talk about a really, really neat event. She was telling me about it outside the studio here this morning. Our conversation with Cathy is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Cathy, good morning.
Good morning.
You made the trip all the way up from Apollo to come visit with us, huh?
I did.
Yeah. Can you get a little closer to that microphone?
Yep.
There we go. There we go. This is in conjunction with a national police recognition event called National, say it for me.
National Thank a Police Officer Day.
National Thank a Police Officer Day. And I believe that the other person that you were telling about is on the line with us this morning.
Okay.
And let's find out. Are you there?
I am here. Hello.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Cathy, introduce her.
This is Felicia Junod. She is actually the wife of one of the officers down in the AK Valley that started this event.
Yeah. Felicia, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Felicia, tell me why you felt it important to do this.
So the project started 11 years ago. I initially just started on my own. So there is a group called the Whole Truth Project out of Chicago that started National Thank a Police Officer Day, and they had started it the year prior. And I saw a post that they were looking for team leaders in different states and areas that would be willing to take the lead and do something for officers in their area. So that sparked my interest. And when I initially started the project, it really was just me and getting support from families and some local Girl Scout groups that helped me pack some bags. So the first year, we did, I believe, 13 departments, and it was about 120 officers in those 13 departments. And the way that I kind of chose those departments, they were departments that either my husband had worked in as his, in his years as part-time before we became full-time, or that he was connected to some way that we knew officers there. So those were the initial 13 departments that I started with. And myself, and at the time my daughter was 5, so she's been involved with it since she was 5. My son was too young to go and deliver with us, but we would deliver to all the departments by ourselves. So it really was just initially me for the first couple of years, and just kind of reaching out to family and friends through social media if anyone wanted to donate just small treat bags and cards from my daughter's school and some Girl Scout troops and things like that. And then probably about 3 or 4 years in, a friend of mine suggested that we start a Facebook group. And that's when it went from 13 departments and about 120 officers to that first year that we decided to do the Adopt an Officer and had a gift along with it. And it just went to, that first year we were up to 800 officers.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
And it continues to grow. And that's where Cathy comes in. Cathy, your husband is with the New Kensington Police Force, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. How many? Because, Felicia said something there that I think a lot of folks realize now is that police officers, particularly in this half of the world, they move around a lot because frequently they're just part-time jobs, and it's an awful rough way to make a living, isn't it?
Yes.
So how many police forces has your husband been a part of?
He has been a part of 4, I believe.
4?
Yes.
And he's currently with New Kensington Police?
Yes.
Yeah. So you came in on this, and tell me about how you became involved.
So I became involved when I started dating my husband about 5 years ago. 4 years ago, I became involved. One of the other wives picked up my husband's station. What we do is we each pick kind of a station in the area, and then we take that, the lead on that station, and then we're in charge of collecting the donations for that. Mm-hmm. So one of the other wives is usually always snags up my husband's department. So I picked up a couple other departments, and then 2 years ago I wanted to bring in the Indiana Borough and the Indiana Sheriffs because I was born and raised in Indiana. I graduated from Indiana Area High School, so I thought it would be nice to bring it up this direction.
Mm-hmm. And you did that.
Yes.
And so now for this year, what would you like to see happen? Because I know that you need some help.
I wanted to reach out. I would love to see it grow more. I know Felicia would love to see it grow more. But to do that, we do need help. So, we're like Felicia said, we look for donations. This year I plan on delivering the gifts. It's on a Saturday. It's September 16th. I plan on being here around 3:30 to deliver the gifts to the station. I would love to see the community come out. To come out and be there, just to be there whenever we deliver the gifts, say thank you. Even if you can't make it at that time, though, stop in that day, say hello, say thank you. They really appreciate that.
Yeah, I bet they would. And you and Felicia, I know that you would say this as well. You'd love to have people donate in order for you to purchase the gifts and to help with the expenses of doing the program.
Yes, that would be a great help.
So, Felicia, how can people do that?
So, like Cathy said, each one of our departments kind of has a lead. Again, with the way that it's grown and the size that it is, I would never be able to, continue with the project or do the things that I do without their help. So, each of the leads usually collects for each of their departments. So, eventually all of the donations come back to me because I do order everything ahead of time so that we can make sure that we have it in time for Thank a Police Officer Day. But, donations can definitely go, straight to Cathy, and then Cathy gets them to me.
Yeah. All right. So, and that's an easy way to do it. It doesn't have to be some great big elaborate event. Just make sure you make the donation, and then you can help to purchase the gifts and offset the expenses of doing something like this. So, Cathy, you said you're going to do Indiana Borough and County Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
Here in Indiana County.
Yes.
And there will be people just like you going to police departments all across the area.
Yes. It's mainly down, we have, Felicia would be able to comment more on this, but, we have, Greensburg area, down in the Pittsburgh area, Katanning. We really have stations all over that we're trying to get the gifts for. I
would guess that in the years that you've been with your husband, that he's been on the duty doing police work, that there are some pretty amazing stories of some great folks, aren't there?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Felicia, I'm sure that you've heard some wonderful stories as well.
I have, yeah. So my husband is with Allegheny Township in Westmoreland County, and he's been there now full-time 16 years, but 18 years total. He's been an officer for almost 22 years. So again, like I said, when I started this project, things were a lot different 22 years ago when they started this job than it is now in the climate of some of the communities. So it was just a way for officers to realize that there are people out there that support them and care about them and appreciate what they do. So we've met a lot of great people along the way. We've made a lot of good friendships. And it's, it's a nice community to be a part of. And like I said, I would never be able to do without all the volunteers that I have.
So you said your daughter was 5 when you started this, and it's 22 years later?
Well, 11 years we've been doing this. So
11
she's 16
years.
now.
She's 16 now? Yeah.
Yeah, and my son just turned 12, so he's a part of it now too. So as soon as he was old enough to start going on deliveries with us, he also did that. And it's just been nice to see too, like as the kids have grown. My daughter's definitely more active and involved now. She's, part of the Key Club at her school, so she gets a lot of those kids to help us now. And so one of the other things that we do is each officer gets a bag that has some items in it that they use every day, like a notepad, pens, a candy bar, chapstick, hand sanitizers, different things like that. Yeah. And we get those items donated from local schools, and then also the cards handmade by the students from the school. So we have a big bag packing night. So you can imagine we get a fire hall. We have about this year it'll be 1,000 bags lined up, and we get some help from, some kids at the school, some of the other department leads. We all get together, we pack the bags and distribute them so that they can all be delivered on the 16th.
Nice. And it's so nice that the kids are able to be involved as well. It's an educational moment for them on top of everything else, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cathy, I know that when people get together like this and have great efforts such as this, that it's a pretty special time. I would guess that it gets pretty emotional on that when you're packing the bags that night, right? A lot of fun, but also there's probably a few hugs that are passed out on that day.
Yes. Whenever you drop off the gifts to the officers, you can see it. They're so thankful and appreciative, and they vocalize it.
Yeah.
Just to see that, the appreciation there.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so Cathy, if people want to give or to get more information from you, what should they do?
I can give my telephone number. I'm an
Sure.
open book. My email. I can collect. I have PayPal, Venmo. I can take cash or check. What anybody is comfortable.
All right, so go ahead and do that. What's the email that they should write to?
It is CDRYLIE121
cdrylie121@yahoo.com.
Yes.
Very good. And you said your phone number. You would be happy to take a phone call too?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. My phone number is 724-596-0106.
Beautiful. Cathy, thank you so much for coming. Felicia, thanks for joining us on the phone as well. Felicia, would you like to put any other information out there for folks who want to learn more?
So we do also have a Facebook group page. Like I said, it is National Thank a Police Officer Day -AK Valley Team. If anyone wants to check that out, we always, I post periodically through the year, just little things here or there. But obviously this time of the year, it's very active because we're, gearing up for what's going to be happening next and donations and where we're at and what people can do to help.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Felicia. Thank you, Cathy.
Thank you.
We hope that folks will respond and that we can get some more help for you in this amazing effort. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.